Barbara and Valerie join forces now on UK Gold in today's Crossroads.
Come on, let's be having you.
So he's pleased then, is he, this doctor? What's his name?
Oh, Paul from him.
Well, not pleased exactly.
They haven't done anything yet, Mum.
Oh, no, of course.
It seems more hopeful.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it, Oliver? Oliver!
Hmm?
It's wonderful.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, do they think they can be successful?
Well, they're certainly optimistic.
I'm thrilled for you.
Bit of a turnaround, isn't it?
Well, I was shocked at first.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
And I do carry on all right, but when I considered everything and realized the full implication, I must say I felt very proud of you.
What implication?
Our first grandchild. That's a real milestone in life, another generation. Some people never see that. It looks as though we're going to be the lucky ones.
Come in. Evening, Richard.
David? You busy?
No?
Well, you might have time to join me in the bar. Gina asked me to be sure to buy you a drink.
Did you happen to see my wife in the bar?
Yes, with Valerie Pollard. And a funny little man with a buttonhole.
Then we'll have a drink in here. Do sit down. What would you like?
Oh, straight whiskey.
How is Gina?
Settling into her new job comfortably enough.
And you?
Well, I've got something to deal with here. Then I shall return and look for a teaching post.
Business matters?
There is nothing secret about my visit, David. Pollard's trying to get Moran's casino by holding Gina to a contingency bid.
Yes. Yes, I know about that bid. And I have to tell you this. I'm on nobody's side in this except Kate's.
So is Gina?
The casino was left to Kate, not Gina. When Kate said she didn't want it, she was distraught, facing a trial for manslaughter. Now, anyone taking advantage of what she said while under that sort of pressure was taking a very gross advantage.
Gina is fully aware of that.
Then why take that advantage?
Look, Moran left the casino to Kate. That was his wish. Gina wants to see that that wish is fulfilled. The main impediment isn't Pollard, but Kate herself. So I'm going to deal with Pollard, and Gina's going to get Kate to accept what should have been hers all along.
Oh, excuse me, but David, you're needed on reception. It's the German package tour. I mean, their coach hasn't turned up.
Right. Oh, do you know if Valerie and Barbara are still there with Barry?
Don't worry, they're safely tucked away in the restaurant's alcove table. You can show your nose in reception.
5 minutes.
Fine. I'll see you later.
David, chummy then.
Well, polite.
And how was Canada?
You asked me that when I arrived, I told you. Canada is snowy.
Well, I suppose I mean, how was life in Canada with Gina?
Oh, she finds it snowy too. Canada has enough snow for everyone. Occasionally, I suspect that is all it does have.
And?
Will we settle down despite the snow?
Yes.
That's our intention.
After the wedding?
Yes, that's still on too.
You've changed a lot, Richard. I'm glad to say.
It never ceases to amaze me the way some people seem to go to pieces the minute they enter hospital. I just don't understand it, really.
Yes, it is strange, isn't it?
You're in the hands of experts, aren't you? Just let them get on with it, I say.
Well, feeling under the weather then?
5 miscarriages.
Who is?
I thought...
Not me.
Well, I think I've given up.
Let's give you that idea.
Nothing.
It's a funny thing to say.
I just thought you looked a bit peaky, that's all.
Rubbish.
Well, let's hope she'll be one of the lucky ones.
You got a lot on?
Oh, listen, that
thought that Langham Park second phase was all tied up.
It is. Why?
No, Mum just said something about a meeting.
Oh, that's just a few loose ends.
You're not still worrying about that meeting, are you?
What meeting?
Oh, some boring thing he had lined up.
Oh, don't say we've kept you from a meeting.
Oh, nothing important.
Oh, all the same.
It doesn't matter. They can do without me once in a while.
Perhaps you should have rung.
And I expect you shoot, too, don't you?
My passion. Only in season, of course.
Stags?
Oh, no. I draw the line there. But birds, yes. Lots of birds.
And do you eat them after you've shot them?
No, I eat them after I've cooked them. I sense, Mrs. Hunter, you disapprove of blood sports.
Yes, they revolt me.
It takes all sorts to make a world.
Mrs. Hunter writes, did you know?
Ah. Books?
Romantic novels.
Ah. Now, there's an occupation that couldn't hurt any creature. Furred, feathered, or scaled. Charming.
Oh, Valerie, excuse me. Do you happen to know where your husband is? There's someone on the telephone for him with an extremely long name.
Well, if it's 3 names, it's his solicitors. And no, I don't know where he is. It's the season for wives not knowing where their husbands are.
Most fortunately for me. Will you join us, Mrs. Harvey?
No, thank you.
Doesn't like me at all, that girl.
Whatever gave you that idea, Councillor?
Of a quick eye.
Well, it's getting rather late.
Yes, you've both been very patient. Let me jaw on and on. Next time, you must put the cork in sooner.
Next time?
We're going again.
When?
Maybe in time for next Christmas.
Doubt it.
But you said
Nothing of the sort.
here in this very room. Honestly, aren't men awful?
We talked about it, yes.
Well, there you are, you see.
I get this all the time.
Must run in the family.
We did. Honestly, darling. Don't you remember? We said talking of taking Penny.
Oh, how lovely. Lucky old her.
A reunion.
What I wouldn't give to go.
That is not impossible.
What isn't?
We could all go. Joyce would be over the moon.
Ah, and I'd be overdrawn.
That can be gone into.
Well, Kath, I see you and I are not going to the ball.
Well, we've got to draw the line somewhere. You taking note, darling? You going to tell me tomorrow morning that you've never had this conversation?
It's not on.
I have got witnesses.
Hello, good evening. I'm trying to locate Oliver Banks. He's not still in the building by any chance, is he? Yes, dear, I do know what time it is, yes. I see. My name is Metcalfe. I am the manager of the garage he's just taken over. Yeah. No, it's all right. I've got his home number. I just didn't want to bother him if he'd already gone home. Thank you for your trouble. Good night.
I'd love a white Christmas.
You look like fairyland in the photos.
Hey, don't get carried away.
Oh, sport.
You're forgetting something, aren't you?
What?
Well, next Christmas, with a bit of luck, you'll either be due in or too big to move.
Oh, fancy forgetting that.
And I suggest you forget about it, too.
Oh, no, why do you have to go saying a thing like that?
Because it's a long way off. An awful lot of things can happen between now and then.
Well, perhaps a little nearer the time, you could.
Yes. If Oliver has a good year, I really don't see why... I'll take it. Hello. Just hung up.
Oh, you get some funny phone calls these days, don't you?
Well, I'd rather have stayed home and had the chicken.
Yes, well, we can have it cold tomorrow coming. I'll get a salad to go with it.
What was it all in aid of?
I don't know. Obviously with some purpose, but what it was, search me.
Oh, it's a potato, isn't it?
Put the fire on, Kevin. Well, I didn't think your dad looked at all well.
Don't know about Dad. It was Mum that had me worried. Really nervy. Oh, I know she has her moods, but I've never seen her that bad before. Did you see her hands all the way through dinner? Just, couldn't keep them still.
No. I mean, it's the first time I've ever known Sally knock over a glass. It's usually one of us.
Well, next time she wants one of her family get-togethers, I think we'll be otherwise engaged. Couldn't sit through that again.
It was a bit gruesome.
I'll put the kettle on, eh?
It was Marian I felt sorry for. She was doing her best to keep everything together, wasn't she? Are you sure there's nothing wrong between your dad and Mum?
Well, they don't get on, but that's nothing new.
It was just as if she was trying to make a special effort and not getting through to him at all.
Perhaps they had a row this morning.
Oh, I think it's more than that. I think she's worried sick about something. No, why don't you try and go round and see her tomorrow after work? You know, catch her on her own. She might talk.
I've got enough on my plate without trying to sort out their troubles. Anyway, it's hardly likely she'd confide in me. We've never been exactly close.
Well, it's worth a try, isn't it? I don't like to see her like that. And she's your mother, love.
All right, I'll see if I can make it.
Over there, please, Sue. Thank you very much. Good morning. I always use this place as my office first thing in the morning when it's closed to the public.
I am a resident.
Indeed, and when residents are present, as they have every right to be, I always ask if my presence will disturb them.
Oh, rest content. It would take more than your presence to disturb me at any time.
You haven't mentioned why you're over here from Canada.
Correct. I understand that you still work for Pollard.
Yes, and I understand you're making trouble for his contingency bid for the casino.
He made the trouble when he made the bid.
Oh, it's as long as it's broad, in my opinion.
And what trouble do you intend to add to the pot?
Look, we have combined forces once before. If not for very long, we could do it again. You want to put him down, huh? I have to put him down.
Have to?
Yes, he has me under contract. Cast iron. I want my freedom. He needs information to throw at you. I need even more information to throw at him. So anything unsavory you come across in his negotiations with Gina, I should be very happy to know.
Do you believe in give and take?
Well, that's what I meant.
Well, what I meant is that before I give, I always need to take.
Very well. His solicitors are concerned that the contingency bid for the casino was accepted only by one party out of two. Gina Moran accepted, Kate Hamilton did not. Now, the point at issue could be this. If Kate Hamilton washed her hands off the casino only verbally and not in writing, would the original bid stand for probate should Kate Hamilton repudiate that verbal statement? In which case, neither J. Henry nor Gina Moran could possess title to the casino, only Kate Hamilton could. Would you agree you have now taken enough to give, Richard?
I could hardly take what I've already got. Paul.
What progress did you make with Councillor Berry last night?
Didn't you notice that I was fast asleep when you came to bed last night?
That's why I'm asking for the news only now.
Yes, well, I was sleeping the sleep of the exhausted and the outraged.
Come on. I know he liked the look of you. With Valerie as chaperone, he could hardly have gone over the edge.
He behaved abominably.
Has anyone seen my husband?
Valerie, what's this I'm hearing about Councillor Berry last night?
Oh, yes, surprising, isn't it? I expected a monster, met an angel.
You were supposed to charm him, not him you.
Well, David, I really didn't get a look in. You see, Councillor Berry was devoting all his attention to wooing Barbara.
That's not so. He deliberately spoke about blood sports, knowing that they revolted me, and you deliberately dwelt on the subject.
Oh, but he dropped it, Barbara. instantly, as soon as he saw you were upset, and made the most handsome apology any gentleman could make.
Yes, and that's another thing. I particularly asked you not to mention my novels, and you willfully brought that up.
Oh, well, I forgot. You see, the councillor was being so cultured, it seemed only right and proper to introduce literature into the conversation.
Did either of you think to introduce what you were supposed to? The bypass? Barbara?
No. No, I didn't. It's about all I could do was to keep my food down sitting at the same table as him.
Valerie?
Well, I couldn't spoil such a charming evening.
Barbara?
What?
A monster can't be an angel can't be a monster. Which was he really last night?
Oh, take your pick and stick with it.
You seem remarkably touchy on the subject.
Yes, well, I was remarkably touchy before you even flung me at him. Anyway, after the performance I turned in last night, I doubt very much if he'll ever want to come near me again.
Look what I ran into arriving at the desk. It's for you, with a sweet card from Councillor Berry.
I shall leave you to arrange that expression of your monstrously angelic admirer's feelings. If anyone wants me, I'll be checking on how many surveyors are sizing up our property for destruction today.
Charming, aren't they? Almost as pretty as the ones he sent me.
Valerie, why didn't you tell David that he sent you a bunch as well?
Ah, Barbara, let us not spoil our beautiful friendship by being jealous.
Oh, Millie, can you take that to Channel 15?
Of course, Mrs. Harvey.
Who's the lucky girl, then?
Well, according to Councillor Berry, you are next on the list.
I don't want that man's flowers.
Morning, Jill. Can I have the post, please?
Yep. What's the matter with you, then?
Me?
Don't look your best.
I'm okay.
Hello, Sharon.
I was okay.
Jill, could you run your eyes down tonight's provisional booking list and see if you have anything to add? I'll wait. How's your friend, the police lady?
My friend Annette has gone to London.
Oh?
Oh, yes. Her mother is having that operation this afternoon.
This afternoon? I thought she still had years to wait.
No, apparently all the obstacles vanished. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it couldn't have come at a better time for Annette, could it?
Oh, you mean she doesn't have to resign from the force now?
She might, no. For all you two.
Any more phone calls for me? I mean, Sergeant Horse hasn't phoned still to make an appointment with me.
How should I know? I don't take all your phone calls for you.
It's all very odd, isn't it? Sergeant Hall's mother suddenly has an operation. Sergeant Hawes herself suddenly shows no further interest in the poison pen letter inquiry involving the Pollards. The very wealthy Pollard.
What you said just now sounded slanderous to me.
Not if it can be proved.